What's going on, friends? Have I ever came to YouTube to complain about a psychotic trucker throwing a complete tantrum and making it my problem? Sorry, I already forgot what I was going to say. Yes, I have. And we're going to do it again because I have recently crossed paths with another psychopath out here in the trucking world, and I'm starting to think maybe there's too many of those out here. Yeah, I'm starting to think so. I just realized my hat is very filthy. So the guy that gets really upset at the cleanliness of my hat in the comment section, I'm sorry, bro, you're going to struggle with this video. We're in bad shape. We're in bad shape. Hello, my friends. It is Friday. Normally on the Friday videos, I go through how we're doing on saving towards buying my truck, and it was kind of a wash this week. That's how it goes sometimes. In lease purchase, you have enough money to send home to pay the bills, and that's that. And that's how it went. So we'll worry about that again next week because I got a pretty nice settlement coming in off a 3,500 mile week. So hey, that's how it's going to go sometimes. No progress. I think I saved like $50. So we'll worry about it next week. We'll see where everything lands, and we'll go from there. I wanted to talk about something before we get into this crazy person that I cross paths with. Something that I am finding so goddamn amusing, and I'm wondering if you guys are seeing it also. Let me know if you're seeing the same thing, because it's one of the funniest fucking things I think I've ever seen, excuse me, in my time of doing YouTube. We've got an old man running rampant through the comment section, and he is the funniest, angriest motherfucker I think that has ever commented on my videos before. As a matter of fact, I pinned him last time so you guys would see how silly it is. It's so fucking funny. He's running through every video, and just commenting like he's watching. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. He's watching, and he's just getting so pissed at me, and his comments are the funniest fucking thing in the world. Like he's pissed off that I am not a Vietnam vet. I don't know how old I appear to this guy, but no, I was not in Vietnam. And he keeps saying, you were never in Vietnam. And I don't know if this was like, if he thinks I'm committing stolen valor and claiming that I was in Vietnam. But I want to set the record straight. I never have been to Vietnam. I am not a war veteran of any kind. So I don't know why he keeps accusing me of, I guess, lying about when I went to Nam, guys. That never happened. But he's so pissed that he keeps telling me I didn't survive Vietnam. I'm dead. And he's right. I would totally have been fucking dead in Vietnam, man. I would have showed up there and I would have cried, and then I would have like stepped into one of their booby trap things that they use to kill people, and I wouldn't have survived it. And it's weird because I did the video a couple videos back about there's no real truckers anymore, right? And I was talking about when there were real truckers, and these were the motherfuckers that just came back from the war, right? And trucking didn't scare them even a little bit, and they were real truckers. I made a video just a few videos ago acknowledging that those were the real motherfuckers, right? So I don't know what he's mad about, but it's so funny how he comments, and he's like, if he ends everything with son of a bitch, and that makes me laugh so hard for some reason. He goes, this guy, if this is the future of trucking, we're doomed, son of a bitch. And like, what else does he say? Like, if this guy thinks that he could have been a trucker in Vietnam, then we would have lost the war, son of a bitch. I don't want to be the cause of this old man's heart attack. I don't want to. I'm not into that. But it is one of the funniest fucking commenters I have ever seen. I'm starting to like the guy a lot, just because he's got a lot on his mind. It doesn't make any sense, but it's there, and it's just funny. So I was wondering if you guys have seen that. The guy's fucking hilarious. Just for the record, he's fucking hilarious. Anyways, let's talk about a psychotic trucker that I just crossed paths with just a couple days ago. And I gotta be honest with you guys, I really thought I was about to catch my first Fuel Island ass kicking because this guy was out of his fucking mind. So let me explain what had happened. I was driving my big rig, right? And I came up on a stop sign, and I did what any reasonable person would do. I stopped the truck. And there was the cross street in front of me that did not have any stop signs at all, no stop lights, nothing. And it was a fairly busy road. Across from me, there was no one for a while at the other stop sign directly across from me. So I'm sitting there chilling, just waiting for my turn to go. And eventually across from me, another truck pulls up and he's waiting at his stop sign also. When traffic finally clears, I go drive and I'm making a left turn, right? I'm making a left turn, so I'm going to cross right in front of that other truck that is over there waiting, I thought waiting his turn patiently also. And as I'm making that turn, he hits his air horn, and immediately I thought, oh damn, did I screw up? Because that does happen sometimes. We make mistakes out here. We're human. I'm like, oh shit, what did I do wrong? So I go to put my hand up and wave like, yeah, I'm an idiot, I'm sorry. And I'm like, I'll just figure it out later, whatever I did. Anyway, sorry guy. And I noticed that he is flipping me off, 2 hands, fucking flipping me off. And he is screaming in his truck. I mean, this guy is fucking losing his mind. He's bouncing up and down in the seat, rah, 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 right? And so I realized at that moment, I also didn't respect him because he's being an asshole for no fucking reason. So I flip him off back, right? And I'm not a fan of the flip off, guys. I think that flipping people off is such a childish fucking tantrum. Like, what are you doing? Like, you're so incapable of communicating that you're over there throwing a fit and you've got your finger in the air looking like a fucking idiot. Does anyone else hate when they're like, I don't know, maybe you're looking through pictures on Facebook, right? And you're scrolling through your friend's pictures. What's my old friend from 20 years been up to? And you come across a picture where he's flipping the camera off. Does anybody else lose a ton of respect for that friend immediately? Like, what are you doing? You're flipping the camera off? What a fucking goofball you are. I hate it. I instantly lose respect for people that flip the camera off. What the fuck is going on? I think that it started as a prank, like, because back in the day you had to get the film developed, so maybe people were trying to sneak the flip off in. So then when you go get your film developed and you come back 2 weeks later and pick up your pictures, you're looking through them, oh, this one's nice, this fucking asshole, he's flipping us off, god damn it. I think it started out as a prank. Now it's kind of a sign of not being very intelligent in my mind, and that's just in my mind. If you guys like flipping off cameras, that's your own goddamn business. I don't fucking care. But when I see somebody flipping off a camera, I'm like, that dude's a fucking idiot. That dude's dumb as hell. And that's kind of the way I take it too when somebody is throwing a fit on the road and they're flipping people off. But I responded I matched his energy is what I'm trying to say, and I flipped him off back. I was pulling into a Love's to scale the load. The Love's was right there, and he starts pointing to the truck stop like, let's go, motherfucker, right? And I'm like, fuck. Damn it, I'm finally going to get my ass kicked on Fuel Island, because that dude, there was a look in his eyes. There was something about his look that made me believe that he absolutely would do something like that. But I'm like, okay, I guess we'll just see what happens. And I got pulled in, and as I'm pulling into the truck stop to scale, I started thinking about what just happened. And I'm like, did I not see, did he not have a stop sign? Well, that wouldn't make sense because the cross street we're both trying to get through has very heavy traffic. It wouldn't make sense for only me to have a stop sign. And he was stopped there, and he got there after me. So does this guy think that because he's going straight, because he had no turn signal on, he was going straight. Does he think that because he's going straight, he has the right of way over me? I was there first. And that's just, those are the fucking brakes, buddy. That's the way it works, you know? And that's when I started to kind of process what was going on. Like, is this guy just an idiot that doesn't understand how driving works, yet he has a job driving? Well, that sounds fucking brilliant. And anyways, I went over to scale, and I decided, well, I'll just leave the truck stop and go on the same road he was on, just so I can figure out if, because mistakes do happen out here, guys. Like, we'll fuck up. We'll screw up every once in a while. Cut someone off maybe that we shouldn't have, or do something like that. Maybe you failed to yield the right of way to someone because you weren't paying attention. And I think it's pretty common for us to make mistakes as truck drivers. I think what's important for us to do is, if we do make a mistake, just acknowledge that mistake, you know, give a friendly wave, hey, I'm sorry, that's my fault. Whatever it is you need to do to kind of just acknowledge that you fucked up. It's okay. It's okay. We're all adults, but more importantly, we're all human, and shit happens. So I wanted to figure it out, though. So I left and I got on the same road that he was on, did not get my ass kicked at Fuel Island, and I went around the road and I got on the same road he was on. I'm repeating myself for some reason now. And sure enough, he did have a stop sign. So the point is he was just a fucking moron that doesn't understand how anything works. And instead of taking the time to better himself and learn about the world around him, he just runs around like a psychopath, threatening people and flipping them off anytime he doesn't get his way. He sounds like a fucking spoiled brat to me. But here's the real kicker of the story, guys. Here's the problem, and what I only recognized days later. And you guys are gonna love this because it's so silly. I was in, do you know where I was? What state I was in? Washington. They tried to warn me about those fucking apple orchards, and I'm out there fucking around flipping people off that deserve it. But yes, I ran into one of the fucking psychos of the apple orchards is what fucking happened, and I almost paid with my fucking life. They tried to tell me, and I'm over here making jokes about it on YouTube. I'm on the internet running amok trying to fucking make jokes about the apple orchards of Washington, and I should have known better. I should have known better. I almost got the shit kicked out of me, guys. Yeah, I almost got the shit beat out of me over this nonsense. So, it was pretty amusing, I guess. Like, I'll be honest with you, when I saw how he was acting, I was like, oh no, this guy's... Because there's a lot of people that are all talk, right? Especially on the internet. The amount of times I get told I'm going to get my ass kicked on the internet is astonishing and silly all at the same time. There's a lot of people that are all talk, right? And that's fine, because I don't threaten people on YouTube. That's pretty fucking stupid. I'm not looking for a fight. I've got shit to do. I'm trying to buy a truck. I'm trying to provide for my family. You know, run around busting people's fucking heads on Fuel Island doesn't do me any fucking good whatsoever. I'm trying to provide for my family. Do you mind if I do that? Because that's what I'm trying to do. Anyways, what I was trying to say, this one looked like he would do it. Just his mannerisms, just this look in his eyes, how confrontational he was, how quick he was to be in a confrontation, made me think, ah, shit. Yeah, this guy's he's probably the one. This guy might be the one to actually fucking do it. But he didn't pull into the truck stop, and he didn't beat the shit out of me on Fuel Island, which I'm happy for. You know, I don't need my ass kicked. I don't need to be put in a coma or anything like that. I guess I don't understand what all this tough guy bullshit is about. But more importantly, when it comes to trucking, now, I have made the argument, and I will admit that it's a bad argument, but I have made the argument that maybe truck drivers should be required a psychological evaluation as part of the process of getting their CDL. Now, I understand fully that you have to be at least a little bit fucking crazy to be a truck driver, because no sane person would subject themselves to being a trucker. They just wouldn't. The well-adjusted people don't drive trucks, and that's a fucking fact. So I understand the flaw in my argument. Believe me, I do. But this guy, and many people like him, that guy has absolutely no business being a truck driver. I think that if you're going to react like that, you really, I don't even know what job you're qualified for. Because you've got that much anger and rage in you, there's almost nothing in the world that you could safely do and that people could work around you and be safe to do their jobs. I got a feeling that guy is like on his third divorce, and he's the kind of guy that blames all the women. You know, every one of them were the problem. It's just, I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying it's the vibe I picked up, right? Because you do have guys like that. It's like, you get divorced over and over, and then they're like, I just married another asshole, right? And at some point, you go, well, maybe you're the asshole, but I can't fucking decide. I'm not really sure. And he just was putting off that kind of vibe. I know that's a horrible thing to say. I get it. I get that what I said just now was a shitty thing to say. But sometimes you have to say shitty things, guys. Sometimes you have to. That's the way of the world. But yeah, I like I was saying, I can't imagine anything that guy can do that keeps the people around him safe in their job. And people deserve that. People deserve to be able to go to work and do their job without the threat of a violent fucking lunatic that's gonna snap at any fucking minute. And that guy was exactly that kind of guy. I don't understand how they get by in trucking with having that kind of attitude. Now, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's say that maybe he was just having a really fucking bad day. Maybe he's got a lot going on in his life. Third divorce, for example. Maybe that's what's going on. I don't know. And he's just having a really, really fucking bad day. Still doesn't excuse his behavior. I've had a lot of really fucking bad days in a truck, and I didn't act like a psychopath. Well, I do. Like, I'll be honest with you guys, I do, but not in an aggressive, harmful to other people kind of way. I'm the kind of, park the truck and close the curtains and have a good old-fashioned meltdown in the sleeper, like an adult. Tears and everything, snot running down my nose, all kinds of shit, like a fucking adult would do. Now, we all got to find our fucking outlets sometimes, right? I, in my life, like to do the best I can to not use other people as that outlet for whatever the fuck is going on in my life. I do everything I can to make it a private matter between me and my fucking demons, and we try to work this shit out. I just don't see the need to work it out on other fucking people. All right. So I don't know the guy. I can only judge him off of this one fucking encounter, and he's an asshole. That's what he is. He's a fucking asshole. There's just no reason to act like that. I see it all the time. Guys are eager to get on their air horn out here and flip people off. It's not always me. I will fully acknowledge that sometimes I make mistakes. I just didn't catch something. I didn't realize the situation fully around me. And sometimes a mistake gets made. And I am the first motherfucker. If you guys ever see me out there and I do something stupid right next to you or right in front of you, I am the first motherfucker to wave at you. I'm sorry. I don't have a CB in the truck. But if I can see you, then I will say the words "I'm sorry" and hope that you can read lips, because if I fuck up, I fuck up. That's just the way it goes. And I am quick to forgive people that fuck up as long as they acknowledge their fuck up. If they acknowledge that they just did something stupid, then I leave it at that. But we got to really think about these things, right? Because everybody wants to fly off the fucking handle about every fucking minor inconvenience. Somebody cut you off and it caused you to push your brake pedal. And now you want that person dead. Now you're on your air horn, you're cussing at them, you're calling them every name in the book. And if they respond to how shitty you're acting right now you want to get out of the truck and get in a fist fight because you're a dummy, and that's what you want to do. This is the silliest shit I've ever heard. You have a brake pedal in the truck for a fucking reason. If you need it, use it. It's not really that inconvenient to not smash your truck into some motherfucker that just did something stupid. It happens. We're all on the road together, right? And sometimes the shit just happens. You got so minorly a word? Minorly inconvenienced that you just lost your fucking shit. What do you do if you have real problems in your life? Because this is just such a goofy fucking thing for you to be that mad about. And, I get comments a lot. It's kind of chilled out a little bit because I'm sort of setting the tone with the channel in how I view trucking. And I used to get a lot of comments about, well, Josh, what about those damn four-wheelers out there doing stupid shit? I don't care. They don't bother me. They literally don't bother me. There are times that I'll get a little frustrated by that. The one thing that people do where they can't decide what speed they want to travel in their car, and then you spend the next fucking 4 hours passing them over and over. I hate that with a fucking passion. About the third time that I have to pass them, if I'm running up on them, I'll be flashing my lights in behind them like, hey, fucker, pay attention to the road, right? And if I have to pass them, I will hit them with that air horn while I'm passing them. Put down your phone, because that's exactly what's going on. Pay attention to the road. I am letting them know. Now, not an aggressive right? It's just, you know, a couple hits on the horn as I pass them to remind them that they are in a fucking car right now and they need to pay attention to what's going on. And a lot of times when you signal someone on the road somehow that you are aware that they are not fucking paying attention, it's amazing how they will start paying attention to the road again. Normally about the third time you pass that motherfucker, if you hit them with a little bit of air horn, you never see them again, because all of a sudden they speed up to 75 and on down the road they go, and you never see them again. Once you let people know that they're fucking up and you are able to tell that they are fucking up, it's amazing how they start paying attention to what's going on again. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, the four-wheelers don't piss me off. You know why? Because I don't let them. Here's the secret to trucking, guys. The ultimate secret to trucking that everybody needs to learn to be like me, the greatest trucker on the fucking planet. And that secret is patience. Patience. This job absolutely requires patience and understanding and realizing that sometimes people just make mistakes. We are supposed to have full control over our trucks at all times. And one of the ways I drive a truck is just keep myself out of situations. If I see somebody doing goofy things, I remove myself from that situation, however I need to do it. And sometimes it gets so bad with motherfuckers out there, I look at my ELD and go, yeah, it's about time for a half-hour break anyways. Then I stop and I take my break and I never see that person again in my life. A lot of people out here are letting pride control them, right? You get past, you get pissed off. You know, you have to, whatever it is. Somebody makes a mistake in front of you and you want to make that motherfucker pay for that mistake. And it's not a way to live, guys. You gotta chill out. You gotta calm the fuck down. It's just a minor fucking thing that you shouldn't remember by the end of the day. You know, it's unfortunate because you do listen to a lot of truckers tell you stories, and they will tell you about that time they were driving on I-40 at mile marker 187 in 1986 when they got cut off by a four-wheeler, and that's why they hate them. Boy, talk about carrying that anger with you through your entire life, right? That's a thing I try not to do. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm a fucking rage-filled lunatic sometimes myself. Not ever in a way, like I said, I close the curtains, I'll fucking lose it back here. I will.Maybe one day I'll just live stream it, like I'm fucking just having a complete fucking freak out, and you guys can watch me bounce off the fucking walls for an hour, and that'll be the live stream. I won't even say a word to you. I'll just fucking lose my mind, and then I'll end the stream, and then you guys will be like, oh, so that's how he copes with things. That was weird. And then you know. But what I'm trying to say is a lot of guys seem to hold on to that fucking anger. Somebody cut you off at 6 in the morning. If you're still mad about it at 6 p.m., you're fucking up. You're making a huge fucking mistake. Be mad if you need to get it out. Don't make that person a target. Don't be threatening with your truck like you're gonna run down a fucking family in their minivan, because that's fucking psychotic too. Chill out. Chill the fuck out. It's not gonna kill you to just move on with your life. It's not going to. And I just don't get it. Everybody is so unforgiving out here. And I wasn't wrong, by the way, in this scenario that started out this video. I wasn't fucking wrong. I was right. The guy was just an entitled prick. He thought he goes first. Fuck him. He was wrong. And maybe sometimes guys like that need to be put in their place. Need to be like, no, fuck you. I was here, stupid. You sit there and fucking wait your turn like a goddamn adult. We learned how lines worked in fucking kindergarten. And your dumbass is out here with the CDL operating heavy machinery and you don't understand it yet? Fuck. Go home. Go park the truck. Go home and go find something you will be good at, because this ain't it. You suck at this, and that's okay. It's not for everyone. But just call it. Call it quits. And don't even fucking worry about it anymore. All right? And I know I had a point, but I forgot what the fuck it is. Oh, we're very unforgiving out here, right? A lot of truckers are very, very unforgiving. But it's weird to think about. Why is it that you hate everybody else so much that you want them to feel pain over making a mistake, right? But when you make a mistake, don't you want to be forgiven? Don't you want somebody to be understanding of, you just fucked up and we can all move on with our day? I don't know why so many truckers are so intent on just like putting the fucking screws to another trucker every time they see them goof up. Goof up? Is that? I've been talking so long that words are starting to not make sense to me, guys. So I guess I'm going to call it. Have a good day, and I'll get this video uploaded for you. Bye now.